color pink. I don't know. I really like I really like that color.
I think it's pretty common, like a pretty color.
I personally don't like the color pink.
I like it. It's bright.
I love it on flamingos.
So, what do you think of pink? Well, it's decisive to say the least. When we think of pink, we usually think of gender reveals for babies and pink for girls and blue for boys. But what if that wasn't the case? Here's a brief history on the color pink. Pink wasn't used in fashion until the late 18th century. When the color was first used, it was mainly used among the rich to show luxury. Pink was also a gender-neutral color worn by both men and women of the time. Pink, being a subcolor of red, was more worn by men. Since military uniforms were mainly red in the time period, pink was regarded to be a more powerful than blue of any shade. When the 20s rolled around, advertising became the main culprit in having the general populace think that pink and blue were gender-specific colors. It wasn't until after World War II that pink signified girls and blue for boys. During the 1950s, after World War II, women were expected to go back into their homes and be housewives, and not workers in factories like they were during the war. Pink kitchen accessories were everywhere and became the color for girls. The 60s produced a more progressive time. Women started to question gender roles and their roles in society. Women realized that they suffered because of gender stereotypes. Post-World War II advertising was meant to keep a woman in the house, in the classic gender-based stereotype that women were meant to stay home and care for kids and family. 60s women made a change, preferring pants over dresses and skirts and basically abolishing the color pink. The 1980s and 90s were when pink came back. It not only became popular in fashion again, but was starting to be used for important movements. October is what Modern Times calls Pink Month, support of those who have suffered and are surviving breast cancer. Back in 1991, the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation gave out pink ribbons to runners who participated in its New York City race, making the pink ribbon a symbol for Breast Cancer Awareness Month since then. Now during modern times, pink is back and has become mostly androgynous again. While some men feel more comfortable about wearing pink, there is still a stigma for those that do.
I think of a quiet sky with a different shade in the air.
Purple.
I said I think of Breast Cancer Awareness Day when I think of pink.
Pink, I think of love and romance. I think of like a Valentine or a heart.
When I think of the color pink, I think of the traditional stuff, like, girls wear pink, boys wear blue. Also more recently though, that idea that pink has been connected to breast cancer awareness, say like in October, I think that's the month, where NFL football players are running around with pink socks and pink gloves and pink bandanas.
I think immediately of the Aerosmith song, Pink is my favorite color.
Well, I think sometimes when you have children, girls wear pink and boys wear blue. So I'm assuming that might be some of the reasons why it's associated with that.
I don't know. I mean, I have a granddaughter, it's one of her favorite colors. I don't know, but that's a good question because when I was a kid, boys had red bikes and girls had blue bikes. So when we were growing up, if you went to buy a bike at the store as a boy, they would all be red. And if a girl wanted to buy a bike, it was blue, a bicycle. So, but that's all changed now. So maybe someday pink will change and just be a generic color for everybody.
Why do I think pink is associated with girls? That's a great question. I think it actually used to be reversed. Girls wore blue and boys wore pink. So I don't get why people do what they do generally.
I don't really know. It's a good question. I don't really know, to be honest with you.
Never mind, she declined to the first date. I went to Vegas with a roommate. Never mind all the lines on the
How about red? Red means love. Again, it's very similar to the pink color. You know.
Probably like green, I guess, because you know it shows like new life, things growing, springing up. You know, it's like growth to me, growth, and I think that's what's happening. It's it's becoming more of a mainstay in the culture now.
I would pick green because it's a combination of blue and yellow, and yellow is generally associated with sort of learning, observation, wisdom, and blue is sort of the color of the sea, which is often associated with women in Freudian psychology, and green is also for growth, which I think pertains to girls and women.
I think yellow because it's more of a bright and cheery color like pink is.
I would pick green because of Mother Earth.
Probably yellow, because it's like bright and happy.
The color pink to me represents the movement for cancer treatment. I know that our football team in the month of October, which I believe is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, always imply whether it's wristbands or socks or things that help support breast cancer in our community. I don't think it represents what it used to. I don't think it carries the stigma that it did for men. So pink shirts and pink socks and the whole pink thing isn't the problem for men that it used to be. I have no idea what women think about it, but that's my perspective.
Just feminism, I think.
There it is, the color pink. A wayward color for strong people. A diversified color that means many things, from representing little girls to strong women from all walks of life. So who does the color pink belong to? It belongs to everyone.